अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हम पढ़ेंगे चैप्टर नंबर 3, मिसेस लिंडे एंड ओल्डर नोरा, मच ओल्डर नोरा, a little older but yes, perhaps a teeny little bit, not much, not much. She stopped suddenly and looked seriously. Oh, Kristen, I'm so sorry, forgive me. Mrs. Linde, forgive you? Why, Nora? Nora, you lost your husband. Mrs. Linde, 3 years ago, yes. Nora, I read it in the newspaper. Kristen, do you believe me? I meant so often to write to you then, but I just kept putting it off and things kept getting in the way. Mrs. Linde, my dear Nora, I understand perfectly. Nora, no, it was very bad of me. Didn't he leave you anything to live on? Mrs. Linde, nothing. Nora, and no children? Mrs. Linde, no. Nora, nothing at all then? Mrs. Linde, he left me nothing, not even an ounce of grief. Nora, Kristen, that's not possible. Mrs. Linde, these things do happen sometime, Nora. All of your own then. All of your own. That's awful. I have 3 such lonely children. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You can't see them just yet. The nanny's taken them out. But tell me everything. Nora, all on your own, then all on your own. That's awful. I have 3 such lonely lovely children. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You can't see them yet. The nanny's taken them out, but tell me everything. Mrs. Linde, no, you talk to me. Nora, no, you start. I am not going to be selfish today. Today I will think only about you. Oh, I do have to tell you one thing. Have you heard our wonderful news? Mrs. Linde, no, what? Nora, my husband has just been made the new manager of the Joint Stock Bank. Mrs. Linde, your husband, that is wonderful. Nora, yes, I know. Being a lawyer is such an insecure profession. Oh, I can't tell you how happy we are. When he starts work at the bank in the new year, he gets a huge salary and a fair share of bonuses. From then on, we can live quite differently. We can do as we like. Oh, Kristen, it is gorgeous to have pots and pots of money, is not it? Mrs. Linde, yes, indeed, it must be lovely to have the basis. Nora, no more than the basics. Pots and pots of money. Mrs. Linde smiles. Mrs. Linde, Nora, haven't you got any sense yet? Even in school, you spend money like water. Nora, I know, and Trowell says I still do, but our life get together has not been that easy. We have had very little money. We have both had to work hard. Mrs. Linde, you as well? Nora, oh yes, bits and pieces, needlework, crocheting, embroidery, that sort of thing, other things as well. The thing is, when we first got married, obviously Trowell had to earn more money than before, but in that year he took on so much extra work, he just couldn't take it and become ill, terribly ill, and the doctor said it was absolutely necessary that we traveled south. Mrs. Linde, oh yes, you spent an entire year in Italy, didn't you? Nora, we did, and it saved his life, Trowell's life. It was a wonderful year, but it cost an awful lot of money. Mrs. Linde, I would imagine so. Nora, 4,800 kroner, a lot of money. Mrs. Linde, you were very lucky that you had it. Well, we had it from Papa, you know. I see it was down the time your father died. Yes, that's right. Can you believe it? I couldn't go to nurse him. I was stuck here. That's the worst thing happened to me since I got married. I remember how fond you were of him, so then you left for Italy. Yes, we left a month later. वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए.